Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back?
Tak a teď musíme velice opatrně. Nebo jako nemusíme, jo. Julia umírá.
Oh no. All right, I can do that.
Jo. Super. Orpheus. Stop. Tell Malleolus, you know his real name is Quinctius, thanks to Claudia, and that Nero sends his regards. Then tell him to withdraw from the election and release his dead bondsman.
What? Are you? You're serious, aren't you? I doubt Domitius will let me talk to him, but I'll make sure he passes on the message. I'll go, but once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
Tak. No já teď jakoby potřebuji, aby on to oběh všechno. Takže teoreticky já můžu běžet za ním a sledovat, jak on to vyřeší. Trošku mě sere... Jo. Trošku mě sere ta Aurelia. Čekej, tudy asi nepoběží. Že jsem jako nějak nevykoumal, jak to s ní... No, vykoumat. Tak. Tady ne. Jo. Tohle už vyřešil. Jo, on fakt úplně sprintuje jako o život. Každopádně, dámy a pánové, vítám vás u pokračování a dost možná poslední epizody z naší série na hru Forgotten City. Zbývá nám už jenom poslední tablet na ten obelisk, s tím, že víme úplně přesně, kde je, jen se k němu musíme dostat. A dostaneme se k němu tak, že Galéria zvolíme jako magistra tady. Jo, to je ten. To je příšerný.
Salve, Ruffius. I hear your rheumatism has you so riled up you've been harassing Virgil.
What? My condition is nobody's business but mine.
There's no need for that. I just wanted to give you this willow bark to help you treat it.
A treatment? Really? Thank God. Finally, some relief after all this time. Thank you, Galerius. You're a good man. And I'll be sure to leave Virgil alone. I know I haven't been at my best lately.
Appreciate that. Now, I've got to run.
Name's Ruffius. No idea. It's... I'm...
I have a message from Malleolus.
Yeah? Who's it from?
The Emperor. He knows Malleolus's real name is Quinctius, thanks to Claudia, and demands he withdraw from the election and release Ulpius and Iulia immediately.
Are you out of your mind, farm boy?
Domitius, that's enough.
What? You're not going to listen to this dolt, are you?
Galerius, all right, I'll withdraw, and Ulpius and Julia are free. I trust our business is concluded?
Yes. that ought to do it. I guess I'll go and tell Ulpius the good news then.
Tak jo, tak jdem.
Citizen,
Čus.
Good news, Ulpius. Malleolus has agreed to release you and Yulia from your debts.
What? Are you messing with me?
I wouldn't do that. You're both free.
We're free. We're free. Thank you. It seems fortune smiles on us after all. I'd better go and pay a visit to Yulia immediately.
Čekej, kam ještě běžíš? To je všechno, co jsem po tobě chtěl, ne?
citizen.
Jo, nazdar. Looks busy.
Yeah. I'm so glad you didn't go through with it.
It wasn't for lack of trying. And now Malleolus is going to... Wait. Why do you look so happy?
We're free. Malleolus just released us and we never have to set foot in that villa again.
What? How?
Galerius arranged it somehow.
Really? That's... incredible. Oh, what a relief. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. Just rest up, get your strength back, and we'll celebrate properly when you're ready.
I will. Thank you, Ulpius. I will.
Furt je busy, proč jsi busy?
Sir? Are you under duress, sir?
I just had a change of heart.
But you were on track to be magistrate, sir. All that work, all that money wasted.
Those are my orders. Carry them out.
As you wish, sir. Priestess, Malleolus has decided to withdraw from the election.
Oh, well, that's surprising, but thank you for telling me. I'll let everyone know. Citizens, I have an announcement. Malleolus has withdrawn his candidacy from today's election. Unless any new challengers are nominated by nightfall, Sentius will be re-elected magistrate by default.
Actually, I'd like to nominate myself, if that's all right.
Of course, Galerius, that's your right. Citizens, the election will proceed.
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and
Všiml jsem si. Já jsem ti byl celou dobu patát.
how is it possible that you've just arrived here and
A to už jsme tady měli.
you're Sisyphus was a Greek.
Ne, to jsem nechtěl, Ježíšmarja, pardon.
Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this position, friend, but you seem all right to me.
Chárona. Ale jakoby Cháron není
I'll
bůh
keep doing
vyloženě, že jo?
whatever I can to help you.
To je prostě
You just
převozník.
focus on finding a way to break this. Oh, and I'm in the running for magistrate. Feeling kind of nervous, but I'm
That's quite an impressive bow you have there. Just like Diana's.
Oh, that's kind of you to say. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway. Oh, and if our conversations
Jo.
A new face. See you.
No, a já teď jakoby akorát potřebuju, Aby se do toho tyhle dva nepletly. Do not enter the cistern. Dominius.
Hey, you're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
Možná.
Good. You be eating a lot.
Fair enough. Bleh.
What now? I'm not going. Whatever.
To je dobře, ale... Já mám sice jako klíč, jo, tohle dělat úplně nemusím, ale budíš.
Leave me be.
OK. Tadyhle Horáce já asi nepřesvědčím.
Survived the system. Probably just a stroke of fortuna. Don't get cocky.
What is it, citizen? Not that it's any of your business, but my loyalty is and always will be with Sentius.
Tak jo.
All right?
Whatever are you wearing? Oh, I wish I trust you can.
Au. Já si myslím, že jinak jsme jakoby set, ne?
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
Don't believe a word they tell you. Shalom, friend.
Čus.
Galerius. He saved my life.
Přesně tak.
All right.
Ale to jsem věděl, že Ulpius bude volit toho, že jo.
Isn't the great temple majestic?
Jak říkáš. Rufius.
Galerius. Sorted out my rheumatism. Fine. See you.
Ah, a fellow traveler from a faraway land.
Ježišmarja, co jsi tak nasranej.
Galerius, definitely. He put an end to the notes and graffiti. All right. Nice to
Greetings. My Galerius. Did you know he saved the life of my young friend Fabian? The man is
Nice.
a hero. But of course. I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
To už jsou 4. A kdo ještě bude u volby? Ten Horácio. Tadyhle Diodius nebo whatever.
How'd you do? Hello there, friend. Wow. Oh well, let me know if you change your mind. Sentius, I suppose. Yeah? And what's he gonna do for me? Certainly, for a few thousand denarii. Pleasure doing business. Can I help you with anything?
Ne,
Very well.
tak já si myslím, že takhle i bez něj by ho všichni zvolili, že kolik mám peněz jsem tak vejdu. Kámo, já mám furt téměř 9000. Tak asi můžeme spustit ty volby teda.
Very well. Citizens, it is time. Let us meet to elect our magistrate.
Time to go to the theater.
A golden bow, just like Apollo and Diana's. Oh, shiny.
Jen jeden bude volit pro Sentiuse. Sentia, kurva. A pokud nám sem nevlídnou ty dva, tak jsme v pohodě. Tak jsme set. Ono všem je.
As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name. Virgil?
The man who put a stop to the threats I've been receiving. Galerius.
Ulpius?
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius?
The man who treated my rheumatism. Galerius.
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Gallus Galerius Helver.
What?
It has been decided. Magistrate Galerius, would you like to make a brief address?
I just want to say, this isn't something I ever wanted. Now that you've put your trust in me, I'm going to do everything I can not to let you down. I'll need some time to put together a list of the changes I want to make around here. But I promise you, there will be changes. My first order is that Dooley is to be freed. Horatius, release him from his cell immediately. Please. Wait, do I need to say please? I suppose not. That's it. You can all get on with your day. Nothing else to see here. Move along.
Kam jdeš?
Shalom. All right, friend.
We're finally alone. Is that? Nothing really. It won't be long before the golden rule is broken. I dare say it won't affect me in the slightest.
Dobře, tak čau.
Thank you.
Ale to mě nezajímá, já už.
I will. I will. Thank you, Galerius. I'm so happy.
I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Why don't you go to the baths? Then tell Georges I said you could have some new clothes. Then I want you to go home and rest. I'll speak with you soon, Dooley.
Hello? I'm Dooley.
Magistrate Galerius said I should thank the newcomer. Are you the newcomer?
Já jsem New Kid. Ano.
Oh, it is you. Then, thank you. You're a big helper. I was locked up, but they let me out again. I'm so happy. You can have my shiny plaque if you want.
Ježišmarja,
Maybe
děkuju.
you can help me find my treasure. My friend Hannibal used to look after me, and he said he always would. But then he died. But before that, he told me if anything ever happened to him, I had to find something very precious.
Co?
He gave me a key to the cisterns and told me to keep it safe. He said there's something very precious way up high. Please help me find it. Please. I had to keep it a secret until I found someone I could trust. Oh, thank you. Here's the key.
Key to the upper cistern below the Great Temple.
Hope you find it. In the cisterns, way up high, Hannibal said. Oh, look over there. Something shining. Is it treasure? Maybe it is treasure.
Duli, prosím tě. Hades.
And it's just lying out here.
Letter from...
Take it. Don't you dare.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Help me!
Ah! No! What have you done, you fool?
Tell Sentius you suspect Duli. Chudák, on se nemůže pomoct. Ale já mám teď všechno, co potřebuju.
You? All right. I'll go.
Tak jo, teď se věci budou dít sami. Co já? Jo. Já musím jít do Great Temple. Trošku mě sere, že jako s tou Aurelí jsem to nějak nevykoumal, ale budíš. Asi mi prostě chybí nějaká nějaká hidden dialogová možnost, co jí říct. Třeba se musím jako na ní někoho zeptat, jo, nevím. Mě vypadl druhý monitor teď, moment. Dobrý, jsem zpátky. No! Klíče odsaď? Je. Kurva, tady je tma.
Salve, friend.
Jo, takže tohle galerii už vyřešil, super. Nemám nejmenší tušení, kde je teď a asi to ani moc vědět nepotřebuju. Tak jo, jdeme na to. Huh? A. Pluto? Chápu. Pokaždý projdeš jinou architekturou, tak pokaždý je to jiný bůh. Takhle dlouhý ten templ nebyl. Cyrus. What the hell?
And here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known by many names. Nergal to the Sumerians, Osiris to the Egyptians, Hades to the Greeks, and Pluto to the Romans. But the one constant through it all has been my title, God of the Underworld. And I've been watching you with curiosity, mortal, ever since your arrival. You are unlike the others, aren't you? And what is more, you carry a weapon that was never intended for mortals to wield, and you do it so brazenly. But there will be time for your reckoning later. First, as a reward for undoing the desecration of my obelisk, I will allow you to satisfy your curiosity. Ask what you will.
What's your story? How did you get here?
My story is many thousands of years long. You will need to be more specific. What do you wish to know?
You're a god.
It is a matter of perspective. God is a label I was given by you mortals, not one I gave myself. Your ancestors revered me because to them, my knowledge and technology made me incomprehensibly powerful, just as you might seem so to an insect. But despite all that, there are rules even I must obey. My kin and I all adopted this form long ago, so that we might better understand and communicate with your kind. In time, we grew fond of the sensory delights it affords. Desire, joy, ecstasy, even rage and sorrow, while an acquired taste can be addictive. No. Long ago I swore to Proserpina that I would remain in this form for as long as we remained among your kind. I must honor that. This is my beloved. Like me, she has been known by many names. Ereshkigal to the Sumerians, Isis to the Egyptians, Persephone to the Greeks, and Proserpina to the Romans. Or perhaps you might know her as the goddess of springtime, the cycle of life and renewal.
A proč je
Your
zavřená?
gaze lingers too long.
Sorry, pardon. Já nechtěl.
That is my servant.
Ježišmarja.
You would have met by the river, though she wears many faces and goes by many names. Kumutabal to the Sumerians, Kirti to the Egyptians, Charon to the Greeks, and Charon to the Romans. Her role is to ferry souls between the mortal world and this one, and to make their transition as seamless as possible. For that, she earned herself the infamous, if erroneous, moniker, the Ferryman. You will talk more later. For now, ask your questions. As you wish. It has come to be known simply as the Underworld, and it exists because of a wager I made long ago.
Sázka?
That is a long story, one that began over 3,000 years ago and continues to this day. You see, long ago my kin and I set out from our home on Elysium to search for other forms of life among the stars. We discovered your planet and witnessed your kind evolving from primates into something lawless and barbaric. You all but destroyed yourselves, your 2 short lives being extinguished by violence and ignorance and disease. Yet Proserpina saw raw potential in you, and persuaded the rest of us it would be squandered without our intervention and stewardship. So we revealed ourselves to your people in a place called Sumer. We offered guidance in agriculture, toolcraft, and law, and you called us gods. For a time you flourished, but soon you were too many for us to oversee. And as you spread from that cradle of civilization, we saw something disturbing. We had sown the seeds of dependency and confusion, and soon you returned to your old ways of violence and ignorance, this time in our name. My kin had seen enough, and gave up on your kind, condemning you as barbaric and chaotic, scarcely more than animals. We began preparations to return to Elysium, our home world, a utopia unspoilt by conflict and unimaginable in its beauty. But my Proserpina could not bear to abandon your kind without guidance, and knowing it would force the rest of us to leave her behind, she made an extraordinary sacrifice. She gave up her immortality to descend permanently to the ranks of humankind. And so she began her inescapable trajectory toward death. Horrified, I acted swiftly. I placed her in suspended animation in a deep frozen sleep to prevent age and sickness from claiming her. And then I pleaded with Proserpina's father, who the Romans called Jupiter, to bring her with us to Elysium. It was and is my hope that once there, we might one day learn to undo what she has done to herself. But he refused. I did everything I could to persuade him, but he would not relent. He would rigidly uphold his final pronouncement. Humans were unworthy of ascension to Elysium, and no exceptions would be made. But seeing that I was aggrieved, he proposed a wager, the terms of which were as follows. If even one human city could prove itself capable of living without sin for a single year, then Proserpina and all of humanity would be permitted to join us in Elysium. My part would be to remain behind, the last of my kind, to watch over you, without interfering, and to sit in silent judgment. And so my reward has been to languish here, enduring a 3,000-year winter, waiting for the day your kind proves itself worthy of her faith in me, so that I might take her with me to Elysium and unthaw my goddess of springtime. And here I am, after all this time, still waiting. There were also gods who, like me, have been known by many names, but perhaps you knew them by their Roman names. Our leader, Jupiter, as well as Neptune, Saturn, Juno, Minerva, Mars, Venus, Apollo, Diana, Vulcan, Vesta, Ceres, and of course, my beloved Persephone.
Jako řecký jména bych se chytil asi spíš, ale budiš.
As the first wave of your kind arrived from Sumer, I had them build a city in their own fashion, so that they might be comfortable and recreate their lives here. I had them build the entrance as a vertical shaft leading to baths, to cleanse them of the sins of their former lives, and to prevent escape. I watched wave after wave of Sumerians arrive, and as their civilization declined over the centuries, they were replaced by Egyptians. Of course, believing themselves to be the superior civilization, the Egyptians promptly built over what had been built before, and made all the same mistakes. After another 1,000 years, the Greeks began to arrive, and then the Romans, and they all did the same thing. They built upon the underworlds of their predecessors, renamed their gods, and ensured their foundations were forgotten. To ensure the wager was fair, it was important that my subjects were chosen at random. To this end, I had my servant distribute 1,000 tokens fashioned from silver, a rare element at the time, across all of Sumer. Whoever died while in possession of one of them would be located by my servant and ferried to this place, with no memory of how they arrived. As the tokens were discovered, they were traded, smelted, and fashioned into trinkets, and eventually coins, spreading to Egypt like seeds on the wind. Later, when they spread to Greece, they would come to be known as Charon's obol, or as coins for the ferryman. Some placed coins in the mouths of their dead, hoping they would awaken here, though they had no way of knowing which coins were fashioned from the original tokens. In fact, almost all of the tokens are accounted for, only 2 remain. And so after this wave destroys itself, as it is destined to do, your kind will have squandered the last of its potential to ascend beyond this rock, and Persephone's along with it. It is a regrettable story. One of the first men who came to this place was a king of Sumer, and a troublemaker. To be rid of him, I returned him to his people, on the condition that my servant erased his memories of this place. But the erasure did not take completely, and he told stories of this place as if describing memories of a dream. His tales were committed to writing, which came to be known as the Epic of Gilgamesh. These words were twisted and distorted over generations. Later, the Egyptians would adapt Sumer's stories of the underworld, making them wildly intricate and labyrinthine. Their Book of the Dead and Book of Gates bore less and less resemblance to this place, in their priests' pursuit of profit. Then, when the Greeks began to arrive, they proved far more cunning, and in a series of incidents that will not be repeated, 5 of them escaped. A warrior named Heracles, 2 kings named Sisyphus and Theseus, a poet named Orpheus, and a Trojan named Aeneas. They each told embellished tales of this place, how to get here, and how to escape. And so from Sumer to Egypt, Greece to Rome, your kind has always told each other stories about this place, though each story contained only a seed of truth. Of course, that is merely the name your people have given to it, but yes, it is my doing. That is a story dating back to the very first wave. After the Sumerians finished building their city, the self-declared ruler threw a banquet to celebrate. Now this man was unmarried, and many women were vying to become his wife, a prestigious position of power and influence in a new world. Of all the women, two were particularly ambitious. Both were beautiful, and both arrived at the banquet wearing eye-catching dresses and painted faces, their hair woven in elaborate fashion. The first woman, recognizing that she would require an advantage to win the ruler's affection, draped herself in jewelry, ornate necklaces, bracelets, and rings fashioned from gold. Seeing this ostentatious display, the second woman grew envious, for she had no such jewelry at her disposal. She prayed aloud to any gods that would listen to cover her in gold, and when her prayer went unanswered, she took matters into her own hands. While the others indulged at the banquet, the second woman summoned the first for a discussion in a quiet place. She checked that nobody was watching, and pushed her rival from the top of the ziggurat, where she broke her neck on the rocks below. But I was watching, and I decided to answer her prayer. I took the golden bow left behind by Diana, and I shot that woman in the heart, covering her from head to toe in a layer of molten gold. And I left her to stand there, that she might serve as a grim reminder of what befalls those who sin in my domain. But that was not enough, for the entire city was tainted by her sin, and the wager could no longer be won. So I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. I gilded them all, to make way for a new wave, and began the wager again. And to this day, each of them, and all who came after, line the halls of this city, inanimate but conscious, suspended in time with only their sight and hearing preserved, so they may bear witness to and lament the folly of your kind for eternity, the silent golden sentinels.
Oh yeah, crazy.
I give your kind a second chance at life, as well as ample warning about my law. And when you disobey, and you always disobey, you force my hand, bringing terrible suffering upon yourselves. And so you ask if I am the one destroying your lives. And I say, no, you destroy yourselves. I am merely the means by which you do it.
Taková jakoby šedá zóna dost, ale dobře.
When my kin departed, they left behind many relics which I inherited. A consolation prize of sorts. The golden bow originally belonged to one of my kin, who the Romans called Diana. As my collection of golden statues grew, I chose the most ferocious among them, and equipped them each with a duplicate of her bow, and tasked them with hunting down the Forsaken at my behest. They became known simply as Furies. I've always considered that the cornerstone of morality is the ability to determine right from wrong on one's own. No attempt to lay out rules like your Code of Hammurabi or your 12 Tables of the Roman Republic can ever cover all possible scenarios. This should come as no surprise to you, since the core principle has been expressed in many forms by many of your civilizations. The Egyptians made a rudimentary attempt with do to the doer to make him do. The Greeks refined it with avoid doing what you would blame others for doing. The Roman Stoics added, treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Even the so-called cultists hiding among you often say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is the simplest of concepts, and each one of you is born with the faculties required to apply it to any situation. Yet none of the peoples who expressed this rule were able to uphold it. Curious, is it not? Enough. You clearly know nothing.
Oops, tak sorry. How do you know when people
I am able to commune with all the statues in the city. Their ears are my ears, and their eyes are my eyes. If she was still conscious, I suppose she could, but she's not. Why do you ask?
Já vím. No reason.
Then what an odd question.
Ne, tak víš co, tak jako jste jako nějaký partneři, že jo, a jako když spolu lidi, nebo jakoby kdokoliv, bohové v tomhle případě, jako tráví dost času, tak jako chápeš, vyvinou se jako nějaký společný prostě i vnímání. Chápeš, tak z tohohle jako zešla moje otázka. I've seen some terrible things here that you didn't consider a sin. How could you let them happen?
Do you plan to speak in sweeping generalizations, or are you going to give me an example?
Suicide.
I've seen no such thing, but in any case, taking one's own life is a self-directed act. It is not one that is done to others, however they may be affected by it. Therefore, it cannot be said that one who commits suicide has done anything unto others. Applying this rule always requires us to interpret the meaning of the words. The literal interpretation helps to minimize the ambiguities of your primitive language.
If our language is full of ambiguity, doesn't that make the rule inherently subjective and unreliable?
Supposing you're right, then my law has been broken, and I should turn you all to gold immediately. Is that what you want?
I am right, and you know it.
Then your desire to be right outweighs your desire to survive. You will make a fine statue.
Meh.
You really think you can wound me, a god, with that primitive weapon? How dare you threaten her? This ends now. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Mám to? Ah! Rewind time and show Pluto you have Proserpina's crown. Počkej, ale... To já asi nechci. Ty, možná jsem to měl udělat, protože teď to celý budu muset proklikat znova.
And he... It is a dis... No, no. This, like, op... Your gaze... That you come... You will talk... As you... That is... You see... With you... Yet... So... For... With my... With... But my... She... And so... Horror... And then... But here... Human... But see... If... Then... My... And so... So that... And here... And of... As I will of after another as late some in your to later the Egyptian then when the of As that is oh drip she but that and that you that she but and that and sis when my I enough. Now tell me, what other sins do you believe I have overlooked?
Price gouging for life-saving
A
medicine.
merchant. How is that inconsistent with the rule I've outlined?
He would want someone else to demand an outrageous price for the medicine he needed if he was
I
dying.
disagree. Having watched this merchant, that is precisely what he would expect from others, and he would be quite capable of paying the price anyway.
You can't know what he would expect, you're just speculating. Ale je to Bůh. Ten může vědět
Now
všechno.
tell me, what other sins do you believe I have overlooked?
A scam!
Ah, the tavern keeper, yes? How is that inconsistent?
She wouldn't want someone else to sell her hemlock if she thought she was buying a means of
I
escape.
disagree. Having watched that tavern keeper, that is precisely what she would expect from others. She would view it as a game, one she intends to win. Applying this rule always requires speculation to some degree. It requires us to ask what another person would want if they found themselves in another situation. Not if we're wise enough to know the mind of man. Supposing you're right, and my law has been...
No.
Now tell me, what others...
Dobře. Dead bondage.
You speak of the moneylender. How is that
He wouldn't want to be trapped by a... in a 30-year labor contract because of
And he
loan.
would never have signed a contract pledging his labor for 30 years. All he did was enforce the terms of a contract signed voluntarily by others.
The whole concept of dead bondage like slavery is unethical. It's illegal under international law. OK, toho asi úplně nezajímá, fair enough. Experiments on golden statues.
Midwife in the palace, yes.
You want to be experimented upon if she was gilded.
The rule is do unto others, meaning other people. Those statues are something else now. Bloodless shadows, mere shapes of their former selves. They are forsaken. What happens to them is no concern of mine.
Ale
Now tell me, what...
abduction?
Abduction? You mean the magistrate imprisoning his daughter in the cistern, I take it. He did so because she sought to escape, a sin I take particularly seriously. Better that he stops her from escaping, albeit brutishly, than I have to wipe out this entire city to punish her. Wouldn't you agree? Now tell me,
It's no wonder people say the gods are cruel. This just shows how unreliable and subjective your moral code is. You're no better at judging right from wrong than any human.
do you honestly think you could do better?
Nah. No, but that's my point. Nobody grasps. Nobody's grasp of right and wrong is so perfect they can be trusted with all this power. You've become a tyrant.
I should strike you down for that.
And if you did, you would be proving my point.
Now, did you have any other questions before your reckoning?
Yeah, sure.
Very well.
That's all the question.
Good. Then now it is time for your reckoning. Only, it seems, something is wrong. It has long been within my power to see into the hearts of mortals and weigh their deeds in life. But when I peer into you, I see only a blank slate, as if you did not exist until you appeared in this city. How is this possible? Charon, where did you find this one?
I do not remember ferrying you. How did you come here?
You would have us believe that my servant merely forgot bringing you here.
If that is true, then I sense the intervention of someone powerful.
How did you come to be in this time, mortal? Who brought you here?
We cannot know.
I do not know. My kin departed long ago, and Proserpine has slumbered for 3,000 years.
Didn't you know this as the god of the underworld? I guess that means you don't know everything that goes on here.
Tread lightly, mortal.
Sorry.
Enough of this. It seems I will need to put your reckoning on hold for now. But answer this. Why have you come here? What is it you seek?
I'd like you to put an end to the golden rule. I just want to get out of here.
Your hubris is amusing, so I will allow you to make your case. But I warn you, if you anger me or waste my time with lies or wrong-headed arguments, you face death here. So, tell me, why should I put an end to the so-called golden rule?
If you're doing this for love, you should know that Proserpina doesn't love you. How can you expect to live without sin if you can't do it yourself? The golden rule is corrupting this city and ensuring you'll never win the wager.
How so? And be specific. You have made a grave allegation, and I expect you to back it up.
Odysseus is price gouging for life-saving medicine because he knows nobody can take it by force. Rufus has become so paranoid that he's jumping at shadows like Virgil's sexuality. Aurelia is exploiting people's desperation to escape by selling them hemlock. Malleolus has trapped people in their bondage by convincing them that rebelling would break her law.
True. I have witnessed him doing that. His cruelty does seem to grow greater by the day. I admit, I have grown disturbed watching them. He is a volatile and confused fellow, that one. If you're right, my involvement has corrupted the very thing I sought to observe impartially. But if I were to accept that, are you telling me these humans could coexist peacefully, without theft or violence, without my law?
No.
How so?
We use violence to discourage bad behavior, to neutralize criminals and overthrow tyrants.
And how is that working for you?
Not great, let me tell you. Where I'm from, 2000 years in the future, it's working pretty well. Ne, není, WTF. On average, life expectancies are climbing and crime rates are declining.
So you say, and yet your world is still imperfect.
Ano. It's getting better all the time, one day we'll get there. Our world will always be imperfect, but the kind of force required to create a utopia will inevitably result in tyranny.
You have spoken eloquently, and yet, if what you say is true, it follows that my wager was fatally flawed from the beginning. But that would mean Jupiter, Proserpina's father, who knew more about you than anyone, proposed a wager I could never win. Why would he do that?
Perhaps he made a mistake too. Perhaps he wanted you to abandon the wager so Proserpina would be free from you. So, perhaps he felt threatened by you and didn't want a potential challenger in Elysium. Perhaps he left you behind because even your own kind didn't want you.
Perhaps, but if that was so, surely I would have sensed his deception. How could I have been so blind for so long?
You're no better than us, you're a monster on a power trip. Perhaps when you took on human form, you took on some human foibles as well. Perhaps you are blinded by your love for Proserpina. It's very human.
Your words sting me, mortal. But perhaps it is what I deserve. As difficult as this is to admit, I have suspected as much for a long time now. And I cannot deny it any longer. I've been so fixated on taking my beloved to Elysium that every time one of you sinned, it wore away my hope of being with her again. In time, I began to despise your kind for making her believe that you could ever be better than you are. But my rage was not born of malice. Quite the opposite. Everything I have done, I did because I loved her. Who knew this empathy of yours, which you celebrate so much, could have such a dark underside? This has gone on too long. It is time for me to let go of this form, of her, of all of you. But know this, if I abandon the way Jern Lee for Elysium, neither she nor your kind may ever ascend. Very well. I will have Charon make arrangements to ferry the others. But as for you, be aware you will be separated from the rest. Once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this moment will never have taken place, and you will have created a paradox. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering in the natural flow of time.
Oopsie.
Now, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Farewell, mortal.
Herculean task. Ten palác.
Oh.
Ciao.
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Well, here I am. Know who you are. I barely remember how I got here myself. Oh, did that lady in the forest send you in here after me?
Yeah.
I guess I lost track of time, learning about the history of this place, and it is extraordinary. I'm fairly certain you and I are the first people to set foot in this city for about 2,000 years.
Okay.
Fortunately for us, the last person in here was a Roman man named Galerius, who inscribed an account into a tablet. Apparently, there was a community of 20-something people trapped in here, and living in fear of a curse they called the Golden Rule. They believed that if even one person sinned, an unknown god would cast them all into gold, like the 1,000 people who'd lived here before them. Then, one day, just as Galerius had finished praying for a good harvest at the shrine of Proserpina, an oracle appeared and told him how to solve the ills of the city, like saving the life of a dying woman, preventing the suicide of a man in debt bondage, freeing a falsely accused prisoner, foiling an assassination attempt, and so on. Meanwhile, the oracle walked up to the temple of the mysterious god, this one right here, and demanded an audience, and the doors just opened up to him. Nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle must have been more persuasive than Odysseus, because the next thing he knew, the ground shook and the voice of that god rang out over the city. The many have suffered long enough. Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of stops after that, leaving a lot of questions unanswered. What became of him and the other people who lived here? What happened to all the golden statues? And did this mysterious oracle single-handedly undo the curse that had terrorized people for hundreds of years?
So it would seem.
What? Oh, I see. For a moment there I thought you were serious. Anyway, I think I found a way out through the aqueduct that brought water into the city. Follow me.
Ugh.
I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else is ever lorded.
Right.
You go on ahead.
You're back! But... oh, what a relief. Why don't you tell me what you discovered, while we wait?
I discovered you're not who you said you were. I remember meeting you 2,000 years ago.
Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions. You can just call me Charon, if you like. I am sorry I was not completely honest with you when we first met. I do not enjoy deceiving people. Believe me, I do not. But I have learned, from 5,000 years of experience, that most people find comfort in familiarity, in gradual change, and coming to see the truth in their own time. That you died, of course. You were dead when I brought you here. My role, as the servant of the god of the underworld, has always been to assist the chosen to cross the threshold from the land of the living to the land of the dead. Usually, when people do not remember how they died, it is because they suffered a terrible trauma. Most souls would rather not remember. Ask yourself honestly, do you really want to know?
Yep.
As you wish. You were murdered. You
I
were
am?
exploring an old tomb when you discovered a cache of forgotten relics, including 2 silver coins of ancient origin. Unfortunately, as you emerged into daylight, you were set upon by 2 thieves. A nearby hiker saw the scuffle break out and leapt to your aid, trying to help you recover your bounty. You both fought bravely, but your assailants were armed, and you were not. There was nothing you or your ally could have done. He died instantly at the scene, and you followed a few hours later. That man's name was Al Worth. You were each in possession of a sacred coin, called Charon's Opal by some, and so it was my duty to bring you here.
Pluto said the coins Al and I were the last in existence. What does that mean for you?
It means I am now bereft of purpose. There is nobody else to ferry here, nobody to keep you company. After 5,000 years, the underworld has finally run its course. Perhaps you have heard the tales of the Greeks and Romans burying their dead with a coin in their mouths to pay the ferryman for passage across the river. Well, those stories contained a seed of truth, but not any coin would do. A long time ago, my master created 1,000 silver coins and had me distribute them across the world. My orders were simple. Whenever a person died in possession of a coin, I was to locate them and ferry them here.
Yes, Pluto mentioned that my coin was the last in existence. What does that mean?
It means there is nobody else to ferry here.
Can you return us to the land of the living?
I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself. Look! Here comes Al now.
Al,
it's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an oracle who confronted a god and undid an ancient curse.
Sounds like quite a story. And I look forward to hearing all about it. But you two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization.
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready to go home?
Alright, Karen. Ferry us home. One year later. To je nějaký lev, co žere koně. Ancient Rome, Ancient Greece, Ancient Egypt, Sumer.
Hey, you made it. It's great to see you again.
Proč se ti
I
úplně
read your
změnil
book
hlas za rok?
and what the critics said about it. I guess they weren't ready for your theories about the underworld. Anyway, after everything you've been through, I thought you might appreciate some good news. So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people mentioned in Galerius's tablet, and I found something strange. I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. I've been dying to tell you. I just really wanted you to see this for yourself. Why don't you head on down there? I'll catch up with you at the other end.
Jo. Vlastně tohle budou Sumerové. Asi, že jo? Egypťani. Ty jsou jednoduchý. Římani a Řekové. Tohle budou Římani? Ancient Roman statue of an unknown man.
You're finally here. Remember me?
Galerius?
It's a crazy story. After you disappeared, Karen appeared and told us she was returning us to the world. Even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Only, for some reason, she returned us to your world instead of ours. Anyway, I know we only ever had that one conversation, and I wasn't even sure if you'd remember me, but I wanted to say thanks for freeing us from the underworld and giving us a second chance at life.
What are you doing with yourself these days? You're with Equita? Oh můj bože, to je tak cute, já budu brečet.
I used Karen's gift to buy a farm in Umbria. Got a villa on it too, with enough room for Dooley, of course. It's hard work, but I sleep soundly every night. I'm finally my own man, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I know, I can't believe my luck either. But we're engaged and living together. We're planning to get married next spring. If you're gonna be around, we'd love to see you there. Of course, there's a whole museum full of people waiting for a chance to thank you, so you'd better keep moving. We'll speak again soon, my friend.
Assemble as many people as possible in the museum. Museum.
Oh, hello.
Dooley!
You're here. It's lovely to finally meet you. Galerius told me all about you.
Good to see you too.
You're the hero who somehow vanquished the last of the Roman gods. As I'm a priestess, you realize you've put me out of work.
Promiň.
I'm just teasing. Actually, and it still feels a little sacrilegious to say this, I'm finding life after religion quite enjoyable.
What are you doing with yourself these days?
Galerius and I are engaged and expecting. We've just bought a lovely villa in the countryside with room for a large family. And Dooley too, of course. It feels like the world has just opened up for us. There's so much to learn, and so many more possibilities for our children than we ever imagined. We're just so thankful for what you did for us. For all of us.
How's Livia?
Oh, it's sweet of you to ask. She recovered nicely. In fact, she's here somewhere, if you'd like to ask her yourself.
I'll do that.
See you at the wedding, I hope.
Já taky doufám. Dooley.
Hello, I'm Dooley.
Ciao, Dooley.
Galerius said you're very nice and a big helper. Thank you for getting us out of the bad place. I didn't like it. I live at Galerius and Equitia's house. They look after me now and help me remember when I forget things, like brushing my teeth.
Sorry, že jsi nikdy nenašel svůj
Treasure.
poklad.
Oh, I forgot about that. I like my box now. Galerius got me a box that tells stories. It's my favourite thing.
I'm glad you're happy.
Bye-bye.
Horatius.
Hi there, I'm Horatius.
Hey,
I
Horatius.
understand we have you to thank for giving us a second chance at life, and reuniting Centilla with us as well. So, thank you. I'm living up north and studying in the military academy in Modena. I'm going to be an officer one day.
Nice.
The world's changed a lot, but some things stay the same. Would you believe we're still studying military tactics from my time? Alexander the Great, Caesar, Hannibal Barca. Still, I have to keep challenging myself to let go of old ways of thinking and embrace the new. As Seneca wrote, the ones who pioneered our paths aren't our masters, but our guides.
Whatever happened to your buddy Domitius? Jo, to byl ten gladiátor.
It's not my... Oh, I see what you did there. Good one. He had more trouble adapting than most.
Já nevím, co
He
jsem
got
dělal.
himself disqualified from the UFC, so he started some kind of underground blood sport tournament, like we had in Rome. Suppose it appealed to people's baser instincts. And they say he made some good coin, killing a bunch of men like that.
Jesus.
But his luck finally ran out, and his life along with it. You know what they say. Live by the sword, die by the sword.
That's a shame.
Perhaps. And you. Farewell.
Hey,
Santilla.
I take it you're the Oracle. Thanks for coming.
Good to see you.
Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia. I
Mhm.
didn't want to be associated with Sentius after what happened.
Fair.
I'm not sure if you heard, but after you drove Pluto off, Proserpina emerged from the Great Temple. She knew right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. He'd been keeping my little sister locked up in the upper cistern all that time. But he's been dealt with. He's... you know what? The important thing is, we'll never see him again. Anything I want. I'm a woman of means in a vast new world. I can go wherever and do whatever I please. Of course, I mostly just stay in my villa and have my servant Alexa summon things for me, because it's just awful out there.
Alexa.
Barbarians everywhere.
Je to tak.
He's still there, all alone. The last golden statue in the underworld. Trapped in a metal shell, slowly losing his mind until the end of time. Eternal torment. Just what he deserves, if you ask me.
Good.
You too. See you around.
Julia. Je tady někde i Navy. A tamhle to by možná mohl... Ne.
Hello!
Ciao!
You're the Oracle, right?
Of course I know him. He's me.
Oh, of course, sorry. And I never got a chance to thank you for telling Galerius how to save my life. And of course, getting me And all of us out of a terrible situation.
And you'll never have to. What happened to Malleolus and Claudia?
Oh, I barely recognize myself. I'm living in a house share in London with my wonderful girlfriend. And I'm studying English at university. Eventually, I want to travel the world and write about it. Turns out, it's about 30 times bigger than the Roman Empire ever was. Did you know there are entire continents Rome never knew existed? And you can travel almost anywhere in an aircraft, which is rather like flying on a Pegasus, but much more comfortable. Oh, sorry, you already know all that, of course. I'm just so excited. There's so much to see and learn and write about.
Seeing the world through fresh eyes sounds wonderful. I'm glad you're happy.
I really am.
What happened to Malleolus and
Last
Claudia?
I heard, Malleolus kept insisting he was the last rightful ruler of the Roman Empire and wound up being committed to a psychiatric hospital.
Oops.
As for Claudia, she was always so viciously unhappy. Someone said she'd blown all her money on wine, trying to drink herself back to the underworld. After the horrific way they treated Ulpius and me, I can't help feeling a sense of... what's that German word? Schadenfreude?
To znám. To je, když máš radost z toho, že tvůj nepřítel trpí, ne? Nebo? I think you're allowed to feel that way.
Thank you. You're very kind.
You're allowed, by the way. What happened to Aurelia?
Ugh. Someone told me she was boasting about getting her claws into some rich prince, and how she was going to be living the high life from now on. Even in your time, life still isn't fair.
Není, no.
Apparently he'd proposed before they'd even met.
What the fuck?
And last I heard, she'd bought herself a first-class one-way ticket to join him in some exotic place called... what was it? Nigeria? Some people have all the luck.
She's going to get what she deserves. As an oracle, I foresee terrible disappointment in her future.
Really? Huh. I feel better already. Thank you. You too. If you're ever in London, let me know. We can go to bars and drink wine and listen to the stories of the 9 million people who live there.
Jako v baru?
I hope so.
Lucrezia.
You are here. It's nice to finally meet you. Lucy is fine. I'm making an effort to blend in, as you can see. We are all trying to keep a low profile. If the world knew we died 2,000 years ago and were suddenly brought back to life 12 months ago, they'd never leave us alone. Speaking of which, I wanted to say thank you in person. I'd say the gods smile on you, but I hear you drove the last of them off. So... I'm studying to get into medical school.
Nice.
As much as I resented the responsibility of keeping everyone in the city alive, when it ended, I realized I missed it. So I guess I'll just keep saving the world, if begrudgingly, one patient at a time. You too. Don't be a stranger.
I take it you're the oracle everybody's talking about. It's a pleasure to finally meet you.
We've met before, though. I wouldn't expect you to remember.
We have. I'm sorry, I don't remember. In any case, I'm Philip. I never thought I'd leave that cave, let alone the city. And now I'm living in the 21st century. What a time to be alive. And it seems I have your catabasis to thank for it. I'm working as a consultant to the Faculty of Classics at Cambridge University, helping fill the odd gap in their knowledge. Not that I need the money, but I do love being around enlightened minds again.
Nice.
My sincere thanks once again.
Tady zkoumá svoji věc. Georgius. Fabia. Proč seš fialovej? Vypadáš jak Joe Barbaro.
You must be the legendary oracle. It is a sincere privilege to finally make your acquaintance. I am Georgius. I am told we have you to thank for freeing us from Hades, and for that, I am most grateful. I am reacquainting myself with Greece. It has changed so much over the last 2,000 years, I barely recognize it. This is at once heartbreaking and thrilling. Perhaps one day, once I have seen all of this new Greece and sampled her delights, I will settle down in Santorini in a villa overlooking the Azure Aegean Sea. I hope you will join me there and regale me with the story of how you faced off against the fearsome god of the underworld and won.
Určitě.
You too, my friend.
You're the one we've been waiting for. I'm Fabia. I wanted to say thanks for sending Galerius to save my life. I don't know how you knew, but I would have been crushed by that shrine for sure. I'm just so happy to be here with you and everyone together again, even if it's just for one more night. Well, it's not like I have to work with all the silver Charon gave me, so I just do what makes me happy. Mostly that means baking for my friends and looking at memes while binging TV shows in yoga pants. What a time to be alive. Thank you. I really am. You too.
Some soiree, innit?
Na tom kámo, umíš číst?
Ah, hello at last. You must be the oracle I've heard so much about. I'm Dacius. Listen, I wanted to express my sincere appreciation for what you did. If it wasn't for you, I'd never been able to sell all those useless old relics I accumulated. Whatever you did in that temple made me a very wealthy man. Thank you.
It was entirely unintended.
Such a acerbic wit. I love it. I took the money I made from selling my trinkets and started investing in the stock market.
Oh, fuck.
That's where the real money is now. In fact, I was hoping to ask your advice, you being the oracle and future seer and all that, on which stocks I should invest in next. I can't decide between fossil fuels, tobacco, gambling and arms. What would you recommend?
I can't really see the future.
Oh, don't be like that. You can tell your old pal Dacius. I won't take no for an answer.
DVD rentals have a bright future. Broadcast television is going to be next big thing. Print media is going to make a huge comeback. DVD rentals.
Oh, of course, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. I'll go home and buy up as much stock as I can tonight. I'm gonna make a bloody fortune. Of course, don't let me keep you. Thanks again for the tips, my friend.
Don't mention it. Můžeš z toho slíst, prosím.
Good evening.
Octavia. Olivia!
Hello there. Oh, hello. It's lovely to meet you. I've heard so much about you. I'm thankful that you're here. I was sure the person who drove off the last pagan god would have more important things to do than visit the likes of us. But thank you for coming and for saving our lives. What you did was extraordinary, and I'll never forget it. I'm living in Rome again, in a charming little flat by the Tiber, not far from my old place. Oh, and I'm training to be a crisis counselor.
Nice.
After you sent Galerius to persuade Ulpius not to take his own life, I was inspired. I just want to spend the rest of my life helping people, like you helped him. Thank you. That means a lot. And you. Oh, and I hope this isn't too forward, but some of us are going out for a drink after this, if you'd like to join us. Wonderful. I'll see you soon.
Olivia!
Greetings. Thank you for your kind words and for liberating us all. In all the time I was in the underworld, I never once imagined that I might end up in a place so much like Elysium. I'm recovering. Octavia was kind enough to let me stay with her for a while. At least until I'm well enough to be independent again. Ah, you remember that. I'm a little tired of Ovid, but that's all right. I have 2,000 years worth of poetry to catch up on now. I'm already up to the 19th century, and
Nice.
am quite enjoying the work of a fellow named Poe.
Nice.
I think I may have found a kindred spirit. Men have called me mad, but the question is not yet settled whether madness is or is not the loftiest intelligence. And you, farewell, friend.
Kabaš? Ty ses taky dostal ven?
It is an honor to finally meet you, Oracle. You know my name? Oh, of course. You are an Oracle. You know many things. I too would like to offer my thanks for releasing us from that place, and for your role in bringing us here. This world is truly wondrous. For a time, I returned to Alexandria, but they have no need of another fisherman, and I came to see there is nothing for me there. Instead, I have decided to follow the custom of your youths and backpack the world. It is a great adventure, and I have met many people from many cultures. I spent the first 25 years of my life avoiding the 42 sins that would deny me access to the afterlife. Now, I think it is time I had some fun.
That's the spirit.
Indeed. Thank you, Oracle.
Nivea? Scintilla!
Hello there.
Ciao!
I go by Gabriella now.
Gabriella!
I didn't want to be reminded of that monster every time I heard my own name.
Fair.
After you drove Pluto off, Proserpina came and released me, and that monster got what was coming to him. I'm living with Ulpius on a little vineyard in Umbria. It's even more wonderful than I dreamed it would be. I'm so grateful to you for making sure he's still with us. If you're ever passing through the region, I hope you'll come and visit us.
Hi.
You can try some of our very own wine. Thanks. You too.
It's nice to finally put a face to the name. I'm Ulpius. I understand I have you to thank for sending Galerius to save my life. The way you just showed up out of the blue and stopped me from making a terrible mistake, I'll be forever in your debt. I'm living with Gabriella in Umbria. We finally bought the little vineyard we always dreamed of. It'll be a little while before we know what we're doing, but every day I look at her and this extraordinary new world with all its beauty, and I think, what if I'd given up hope and missed out on all of this? So we're living each day to the fullest. And we end them all the same way, sitting together on our terrace with a glass of our wine, which the locals say is almost drinkable now, and watching the sunset over the rolling hillside. And I couldn't be happier.
A brave new world.
Thank you. I wouldn't be here without you. You too.
Tak, co pak se nám to děje tady? Rufius. Aww.
Nice to meet you.
What did you say your name was?
I go by Rufus now. New start, new name. Oh, and thanks, by the way, for what you did. Sorry, I'm no good with the mushy stuff. I live with Virgil in Rotterdam, not far from where he grew up. It's very modern. destroyed in the war, and it rebuilt itself. Good place for a fresh start. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with my life yet. One adjustment at a time.
It turns out you were right. The statues really were watching us.
Good to know. Anyway, it was good practice for the new world. Security cameras and smartphones everywhere. Got to stay vigilant. You too. Look us up next time you're in the Netherlands. We're grateful.
It's so nice to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you. I wanted to thank you personally for getting us out of there. And for helping Rufus come to terms with himself. He may come off a little gruff, but once you get past that, he's a lovely fellow. I'm studying to be an architect again, and living with Rufus in our beautiful flat in Rotterdam, just down the river from Nijmegen, where I grew up. Of course, it's improved immensely since I was there last. Gleaming futuristic buildings and clean streets full of educated, accepting people. You natives of the 21st century have no idea how fortunate you are. You too, as Rufus said in his own laconic way, if you're ever in the Netherlands, we'd love to show you around. It's the least we could do.
To je tak posraně cute všechno. Private memories. A Latin plague which reads all must walk this path to where the laws of day help virtues to paradise in this city beneath the earth. The ravenous hunger of the avaricious, is sated at the banks of the stream, but in vain, for none from here may return. Egyptian plague, the many shall suffer for the sins of the one. Kokos. Kokos.
There you are. I hope you enjoyed that. Now, there's one more person I wanted to introduce you to. I think you know her.
Sorry if I frightened you. Just a little joke I've been saving for a long, long time. Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Proserpina,
Ciao!
former goddess of the cycle of life and renewal, and now a regular mortal. I wanted to meet you in person, and thank you for freeing all these people, and me. I hate to think what would have happened to us without your intervention.
You were whispering to me all along?
Indeed. Suffice it to say that while Pluto was controlling the eyes and ears of each golden statue, I was able to control their tongues and whisper to you when he was distracted. I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. There were only ever brief windows in which I could speak to you without being detected.
You created a time.
I did. I may have given up my immortality, but I still retain my gifts as the goddess of a cycle of life and renewal. After witnessing Pluto punish countless poor souls over thousands of years, I knew this generation, the final wave, would not survive. So I tried to give them a way to buy more time. A second chance. Rather, as many second chances as they needed to avoid his wrath.
What became of
I don't know what
Pluto?
happened to him. I haven't heard from him, and I rather hope it stays that way.
What became of Karen?
Oh, she inherited dominion over the underworld. Last time we spoke, she was working on a new world of some kind. She wouldn't say what it was, but I'd be surprised if you don't run into her again. I imagine we all will, one day. And you, although it feels like I've known you forever. Oh, and one last thing. Do you remember all those golden statues scattered throughout the city?
No.
Good, because they remember you. Well done, my friend. Of all the heroes who ever journeyed to the underworld and returned, none came close to achieving what you did. Hercules, Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas would be proud.
Reach ending 4 of 4. Teď si konečně můžeme nechat dojet ty titulky. Ty vole. Já nemám slov, to bylo tak skvělý tahle hra. Joe Cliff Thompson, Ancient Roman God, Dennis Kleinman, Assassin, Aurelia, Claudia, Decius, Domitius, Dooley, Equitia. Apostolos Papa Georgiou, kamo. Vidra. To už tady byla. Filozofer. Ten tady taky byl. Kámo, to bylo opravdu prostě tak skvělý, já jsem si to maximálně užil all the way through. Jako to je jedna z těch her, co tě prostě chytne, vole, za koule a nepustí, dokud to nedohraješ. Jo? S tím, že já se tam chci ještě vrátit. Gajing. Ne, pardon, to bylo určitě rasistický. Já se tam chci ještě vrátit za panem Bohem a chci zkusit, co se stane, když jí seberu tu korunku teda jako. Jo, ale necháme to dojet asi teda, nebo já to možná trošku popoženu. We hope you enjoy the Forgotten City. We'd love to make even better games in the future, and you can help out by recommending the Forgotten City to a friend or writing a review. The more people play our games, the more we can level up, and if you would like to be the first to know when we announce on it, you can connect with us. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, e-mail. Ono mě to rovnou hodí sem. Tady je nějaký týpek prostě. Autor Forgotten City, the award-winning, critically acclaimed narrative-driven game. Ale jakoby takhle na to, že to vzali z módu pro Skyrim. Ale hele, kdy je poslední post? 210 týdnů zpátky. Just finished před týdnem, ale jako Game of the Year 21. Jako, hele, já ti to tam hodím, jo, ale ježišmarja. Buy on Steam, buy on Twitter možná? Něco, nemám Twitter, YouTube, website. Před 5 lety. 24 questions about the Forgotten City. Na to se podívám, to mě možná i zajímá. X. Nic nepostoval. Ježišmarja, můžu to nedělat? No, nemůžu asi. Super, a homepage? Ne. About us. BAFTA nominated. What's next for us? We're working on some exciting new ideas and we'll announce our new games once it's ready. If you would like to be the first to know, please follow Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. No jakoby, kámo, na Instagramu seš neaktivní třeba, ale 3 roky. A tady taky. As a writer, it's really interesting to me that Galerius in the Forgotten City was by far the most popular character because he was by far the easiest to write. Here's my secret, I just wrote him with my own internal voice. Self-insert characters are just fine when they're underdogs who make the okay. Dobře. E-mail. Kam mě to hodí, když dám continue?
It's you.
Sam. Horace? Tohle by mě mělo hodit před Pluta ještě. Jo.
How dare you threaten her? This ends now.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Jít. S dovolením, já jenom proběhnu. To bude dlouhý běh tohleto. Kurva, vás tady je. To je opravdu run for your life tohleto. Naštěstí se jim špatně trefuje, když běhám. A ještě když dělám zigzag. Rikon z Gotka by se mohl učit. Open. Aha. Ono už to je open. Aha. Zipline. Počkej. Co děláš na střeše? Co ty děláš na... Ježišmarja, pardon, já už jdu. Můžeš si pospíšit trošku.
Isn't the great temple majestic? A new face. You did?
The Roman temple leads to a Greek temple, which leads to an Egyptian temple, which leads to a Sumerian temple, which leads to the god of the underworld.
Wait, what? Sumerian? As in east of the Euphrates?
Sure.
Where Babylon is?
Yeah.
Let me see if I understand you. Our ancestors built over the Greeks' temple, copied their religion, and changed their god's name from Hades to Pluto. But the Greeks had done much the same thing to the Egyptians, and the Egyptians had done the same things to the Sumerians before them. If that's true, then I've spent my whole life serving a goddess who may well have been a copy of a copy of a copy. It's no wonder I never felt like my prayers to Vesta were answered. All that time. Who was I even talking to? Did I even know her name?
The god within the temple seems he's the last one. The rest were here once, but they moved on.
I see. That is a lot to take in. I think I would like to be alone now, if you don't mind.
And what if I do mind?
Ave again. Did you find... Oh, ma, let's read her, sis, and so... As I mentioned, both off the first, it said... It is, if the true, then it can you... Tell me, has she told you...
I've already found a way. Because that path will result in the deaths of nearly everyone here, and I don't want that.
I see. Then it seems you have made a great sacrifice for all of us, friend. I admire your but unfortunately, I'm afraid your only other option will be to confront you know who.
Voldemort.
May Fortuna guide.
And here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, no girl to the Cimmeri, but the one and what did they first.
See this?
I would recognize that anywhere. And yet my beloved still wears hers. What is this? How did you come by it?
I took it from her after I killed her in another timeline.
You vile, despicable creature. Why would you do such a thing? And worse still, boast about it.
I didn't want to kill her, but if you don't put an end to the golden rule, I will do it again. I could do this all day, and the golden rule, or I will.
You have put me in an impossible position. If I refuse, you will murder her. And yet, if I agree, I will lose my wager and return to Elysium, humiliated and alone.
That's the idea.
Perhaps you are cleverer than you appear, mortal. I do not see that I have a choice in this. Your treachery and savagery have opened my eyes like nothing I have witnessed in 3,000 years. And now you have shown me your species' true colors. And I see that Proserpina was a fool to have ever believed in you at all. This has gone on too long. It is time for me to let go of this form, of her, of all of you. But know this, if I abandon the wager and leave for Elysium, neither she nor your kind may ever ascend.
Jo, já vím.
Very well. I will have Charon make arrangements to ferry the others. But as for you, be aware you will be separated. Enough, foul creature. This is not something Once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this moment will never have taken place. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have now.
Yep.
You had best pray our paths never cross again, mortal.
To je hádám způsob, jak to speedrunnout. Ale tak teď už to bude to samý, ne?
Oh.
Čau.
Well, know who you are. Oh, did that...
Asi 5 lidí tady chybí.
There you are. Now there's one...
Sorry if I frightened you. Just
Julia, Rufius. Tam nejsou Fabia. Ulsius. No, ty tam nejspíš chybí.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Proserpina. I wanted to meet you in person. I hate to think what would have happened to us without your... Indeed, I did. Afterwards.
A tohle je jinak stejný.
Good. Because they remember you. Well done, my friend. Of all the heroes who ever journeyed to the underworld and returned, none came close to achieving what you did. Hercules, Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas would be proud.
Tak jo, takže tohle by bylo opravdu všechno. Zbývá nám tady jakoby jeden ending, který je dost podobný údajně jako tomu druhému, co jsme udělali, jak jsme se dostali do té cisterny a byla tam ta Sentila a ona pak zabila svýho tátu a to. A ono se to dá udělat nějak, nevím jako přesně jak, ale abys prostě nashromáždil někde ty lidi a že by vás uteklo jakoby víc, jo. I tímhletím způsobem, ale k tomu už se asi vracet nebudu. Je tady ještě furt dost achievementů, který nemám. Jo a 5 skrytých, no tak to mě poser. Matchmaker, help Galerius, romance Equitia. The ones that get away, o tom jsem mluvil. Talk your way through every possible confrontation. Favor a light 10 times. Finish the game without looping through time once. Reach the best ending with the smallest number of loops. No best ending je ten poslední, že jo? Pick up a spoon. Ne, pick up the sponge on a stick, já nevím číst. 5 hidden achievementů. Zajímavý. Každopádně. Jako fakt, jako jsem si tuhle hru užil úplně maximálně nejvíc, co to šlo. Jako já myslím, že se dostala do mý top 10, jakoby jo. Já doufám, že jestli jsi to dokoukal až sem, tak jsi to taky užil, aspoň z půlky, tak jako já. A tahle epizoda už je asi hodně dlouhá, jo? Nebo takhle, mě to tady píše, že jedu už asi 2 hodiny, jo, takže... No já jsem úplně jakoby starstruck. Ale já vím, že jsem na začátku říkal něco o tom, že se to budu snažit překládat, jo, tak nějak průběžně, pak jsem se na to úplně krásně vysral, pak jsem ani většinu času nečet, co jsem tam dával, jako za možnosti doufám teda, že to mám většinu času, aspoň, že jsem uhnul kameru z těch nějakých dialogových možností, kde překážela a to, ale... Ale jako to bylo spíš fakt tím, že mě to strašně chytlo a byl jsem úplně immersed v té hře, jo. asi se tam ještě jako vrátím a pokusím se udělat nějaký ty jako achievementy, jo, a hlavně romancnout Equitius s Galeriusem somehow. A se uvidíme teda někdy jinde u něčeho jiného. Jo, a do té doby zatím šus.